Well, I'm here at Tom's place, and we're in Wichita, Kansas. And I'm making meatloaf, baked potatoes, and green beans for dinner.
I'm not BSing you here about this. This is... See this rope here?
Yeah.
Actually, it's line, because it's not over an inch.
That's mountain climbing rope, isn't it?
Yeah. Hear the echo?
That's the tornado shelter, isn't it? Or a bomb shelter?
Actually, I have a basement in the house, so, and I don't know if it originally, the intent was a tornado shelter or just a cellar to store things. One of the previous owners of this house, I think, stored dynamite down here because he was in the well fracking business.
Oh.
And he had a company called, I think, the Wichita Torpedo Factory. And I still have some boxes over there that have something dynamite, something on it before I bought the place.
So what can you tell me about this place?
Not much. I know there's a guy fell out of one of those trees trimming it and died. And I bought it in '91. My first wife and I bought it in '91.
What about that over there? That stone...
This property was in the country when it was built. It was like what it now would be 167th Street, where people are building homes to get out of the city limits. Back then, you only had to have 2.5 acres, which is what this is, just short of. Now you have to have 5 acres, according to county code. So people built these houses, and the city limits was probably 5 miles that way. So this house was built, and the city grew around it. As a result, I'm on well, water, septic. And this is where they burned their trash.
Really?
So, yeah, they could come out here and throw their trash in there, and when they'd get a bunch of trash in there, they'd just burn it. Now, a lot of people now who live out in the country and still can burn their trash, they use a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah. And
they burn their trash in that. But this was built, and I don't know that for sure, but I would bet anything that this was built to burn trash. And there's, under this, all these leaves, there's a brick drive. The guy put a brick drive in here, and he put this brick carport, probably had a boat or a motor home or a camper and a boat or something that he stored under there. But I probably shouldn't tell you that I burned in that, because it's illegal in the city of Wichita to burn without a burn permit.
Yeah.
And I tried to get a burn permit when I bought this place. That back acre was nothing but dead trees and weeds. I mean, it was trash. There were 2 horses boarded here, and a lot of the trees had been ringed and killed. So I went out there and I made a big pile, and I went down to the fire department to get a burn permit to burn a pile of old wood. And they said, well, the first thing you have to have is 500 yards, I believe, or 500 feet between your fire and the nearest structure. And do you have that? And I said, well, no, my property's only 660 feet deep, so no. And he said, well, you can't get a burn permit now. But then I've heard people say that they've gotten burn permits, and not that long ago. So I don't know.